make sure that we logged on. Stevie Wonder just did us a solid.
Somebody scream!
Let's put this here so you guys can come on over to YouTube. Y'all know where the party is. All right. And that's welcome, everybody. Can you hear me? Somebody let me know if they can hear me. Because I know last time I was talking, and there was no sound. And I was very upset about that. So somebody on Instagram, let me know. Somebody on YouTube, let me know if you can hear me.
Wow.
Let me know that you can hear me. Oh, God, Cory Booker. Jeez.
I couldn't see the rest of y'all.
Jeez.
But from back, Nebraska was getting down.
Oh, dear.
Stevie's song is powerful, but so was his words.
That's excellent. Thank you so much.
He said courage over complacency. He gave us a call in his remarks.
Because Cory is
I gotta tell you, the party is gonna keep going.
Right, jump scare.
We're just getting started, y'all.
Like, what the hell is that? Come on over to YouTube. If you're on Instagram, I got a bunch of folks
because
on Instagram.
It might be
YouTube folks
Wednesday night.
Thank you very much.
And we might be in Chicago.
We are on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/@FeministaJones. Click live. You'll see my video.
Like
you watch over there. Last night we had 80 people my whole life. And that's a lot for me. So I was very happy about that. We had like 80 people in the chat come in, join us. That's how I can push the comments on the screen.
Please welcome.
There's a lot of other people there. You can have community with them. I don't put every, response on the screen. What is the Oh, is that Keenan? Aw. We love Keenan. Come on over to YouTube. Join us over there.
All right.
YouTube Premium like I do. You can watch me in
What's up, DNC?
Device screen. But if you're on YouTube, you have a smart TV. You can go to YouTube and look up my channel.
Remember this big old book from before?
You'll see right there that we're live.
When Colorado Governor Jared Polis ripped the page out of it. This is Project 2025.
Well,
the Republican blueprint for a second Trump term.
All right.
It is boo.
All right.
It is a real document that you can read for yourself at KamalaHarris.com/Project 2025. You ever seen a document that can kill a small animal and democracy at the same time?
When they try to strike that down, but her having their book on her site. That's going to be fun.
You know how when you download an app and there are hundreds of pages there that you don't read, it's just the terms and conditions, and you just click agree, right? Well, these are the terms and conditions of a second Trump presidency. You vote for him, you vote for all of this. Let's take a look. All right, we got Matt here with us tonight. Is Matt here? Hey, there he is. Matt, how are you, sir?
Who's Matt? Are we supposed to know
all right, Matt.
Because that's the guy from SNL.
I understand that you work as an AV tech in Nevada, and you make a decent hourly wage. Is that right?
Oh, so this is people on the streets or something.
Oh, I don't know if we can hear Matt. Can we hear Matt?
It's on mute. I was on mute the other day.
So who's gonna fix it?
Y'all.
Keep speaking, Matt, till we can hear you.
Right now, because I'm faded.
Okay, that's good. I guess we're gonna move on.
Let me know in the chat where you checking in from. Where you at right now? I know we got some folks.
And this is Becky. Becky, can we hear you?
YouTube.
Hi, Keenan. It's great to be here.
Thank you. All right, good. Now, Becky, you're married, correct?
I am. Me and my wife have been together for about 8 years.
Oh.
DX all day, son. All day, every day.
That's
DX
amazing. Very, very cute.
Y'all don't understand.
But
DX.
I have got some bad news for you.
Son. All day.
I hate that.
On page 584, Project 2025 calls for the elimination of protections for LGBTQ plus Americans.
Be more in the house. We love both.
So yeah, right back to the Stone Age. I'm afraid so.
Right back to the Stone Age. That's terrible.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Becky, for being here and making that wonderful point. All right, next up.
Shout out to all the Aries in the building.
We have Nirvana. Nirvana, are you with us? And your people are with us as well? All right, good.
I probably went to school
now,
with her parents.
Nirvana, I understand that you are on insulin to manage your diabetes, yes?
Yes, and thanks to President Biden and Vice President Harris, I only pay $35 a month for my insulin.
I like how she's reading her little thing. She's little sneak reading it. She's like, all right.
That is great.
That insulin thing, though,
that
right?
Is great.
I should have put that Flatbush in the building. Flatbush in the building.
On page 465.
I should have put, oh, did y'all see
Project 2025 calls for millions of people like yourself to pay more for prescription drugs like insulin.
So people see it. If you go to my Instagram story.
Well, I guess maybe to help Big Pharma make more money that they can donate to Republican politicians, I assume.
It's so good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, unfortunately, it does make sense. All right, let's talk to Anita. Anita, are you there?
All right.
Yes. Hello, Anita.
YouTube, put your
hello.
Hit that like
Anita,
button.
what do you do for a living?
The more likes
I'm
you
an
give, the more
OBGYN who delivers babies and does surgery.
Hit the like button if you're watching.
An OBGYN.
Come on over to YouTube and join us.
She is an OBGYN that delivers babies. Uh-oh.
PHILL. Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's bad news, isn't it?
It sure is. On page 459, Project 2025 resurrects a law from the 1800s called the Comstock Act to ban abortion nationwide and throw healthcare providers in jail.
So, I don't like the gamifying of
Yes,
this.
it is awful.
But
all right, let's do one more. Is Sharia with us? Sharia, are you there?
He's funny.
Hey, Keenan, I'm here.
Yes, Sharia, I love it. All right.
I don't want anybody laughing and joking.
Let's talk to you. I understand that you work for the federal government?
Yes, sir. I'm in the United States Department of Education. I'm a proud civil servant and a proud union president.
All right.
She works for the Department of Education and she's a proud civil servant. Well, unfortunately for you, on page 78, Project 2025 calls for President Trump to purge the civil service of everyone who isn't a MAGA loyalist. Are you a MAGA loyalist?
What they call these? Where you from?
Not Keenan. Absolutely not.
Oh, quarter waters, where I'm from.
I'm just asking. I mean, you might as well be, because also page 319 calls for the complete elimination of the Department of Education.
Sure does. Remember, I wrote about that.
There's just a bunch of stuff in here, but that's all we have time for at the moment. Just remember, everything that we just talked about is very real. It is in this book. You can read it online at kamalaharris.com/Project 2025.
We got more.
Most importantly, you can stop it from ever happening by electing Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States.
Let's see what it is tonight. That was okay. So we're gonna have Mindy, Kaling, Hakeem Jeffries, Bill Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Shapiro, the
award-winning producer and
Masto,
writer Mindy
Kaling.
Kaling.
We gonna for a long night, y'all. Oh God. But Jeffries and Clinton are after her, so this is good. We have good timing. So we've been for a long time, y'all. Let's go.
Hello and welcome.
I don't like her, so but I'm gonna listen.
Welcome to the third night of the Democratic National
buckle in,
Convention.
Y'all. Buckle in. I hope you got your drink.
My name is Mindy Kaling.
Hope you got your snack.
Thank you.
We're settling in.
For those of you who don't know me, I am an incredibly famous Gen Z actress who you might recognize from The Office. Thank you, the Mindy Project.
Oh, somebody let me know who was here last night.
Or
Let me
as
know
a
if the
woman
sound
who
is better.
courageously outed
Last night
Kamala
I didn't
Harris
use my
as
full
Indian
monitor,
in
so
an
it was
Instagram
weird.
cooking video.
Let me know if the sound is better.
Yes, you're welcome.
Me too. I got my vape too.
I am
Listen,
so proud to
actually,
be here
I don't have
supporting
my
my friend.
vape.
But the real
But it's
reason
okay, I
I
had
am
edible.
here is that deep
And I
down,
got a little
I
drink in my
truly
cup.
believe
We gonna
that
get
as a
through.
woman
Okay,
of
thank
color
you. I sound good. Okay,
and
thank
as
you.
a single mother of 3, it is incredibly important that I be appointed ambassador to Italy.
Did you say she's a single mom?
That's how this works, right? That's
Was that a
like
joke?
why
I
I'm
don't
here.
find it
I've never been. I'm dying to go. And guys, I just really need a break.
Hit that like
I
button
know
on the
it's
way
not the
in. Thank you so
priority
much.
tonight, but just think about it.
That's right.
I am actually here because I have known the vice
Let's never
president
let
for
them
a
forget
long
this,
time,
okay?
and I
Y'all.
want to tell you
Is
one
that why
of the
she's
story
here? Because
about
she's
one of
like
the first
South
times I
Asian,
ever
and then her
met
brother
her.
acted like he was black.
She wasn't Madam Vice President then. She was my senator, and we were filming a video where she came to my home to cook dosas, a South Indian dish.
She's a single
Yes.
mom of 3. Okay. she
It's
is a
not
single mom
every
of 3.
day that a senator comes over, and I was pretty nervous. But when she arrived, we immediately hit it off. We talked about the love we have for our moms, who had both passed away from cancer. Both of our mothers were immigrants from India who came to America and committed their lives to serving
Okay,
others.
so we
My
know,
mother,
I'm gonna mute her because
Swati.
nobody gives a shit. Okay, so this is very important, y'all. It's very important. They want to, there's been a lot of emphasis in the first 2 days on her being a Black woman, and they need to emphasize that she's also an Indian woman. Okay, South Asian women aunties for Kamala raised a lot of money. Okay, per person, I think they raised like $1,000 per person. I don't know. A lot of money there. There's a lot of support there. So playing up that she is also Indian is definitely a great thing.
First can cook. Guys, she was so much better than me.
Oh, but she's talking about
But
food.
she also knew that my family was watching.
Okay.
So as she gently corrected my sloppy dosa making,
We out
she
here.
was complimenting me every
Good to
step
see you
of the way,
again.
making
You
sure that
know?
my daughter Kit heard how good of a cook I am. She had no desire to be seen as better than anyone
I'm
else.
supposed to be saving
She
this?
just wanted my kid to be impressed with her mom.
Yes.
And when she
Definitely
finally,
yeah,
and
you're
when
right.
she finally bit into my
Right.
dosa, she looked at
Absolutely.
me and said, really good, and then never took another bite again. Yes,
Now, is
yes.
it
But
is it
that
to
warmth, that
downplay her
generosity
blackness,
spirit that I
right?
know
Or
she
what?
brings
Because
to the
Nikki
White House
Haley,
as
right?
our next
So let's
president.
remember, Nikki Haley dropped out the race.
Kamala Harris
and
cares
she
deeply
hates
about
Trump.
other
She
people.
does.
She will fight
And
to
Nikki
protect
Haley's
our freedoms.
PAC, her super
because
PAC,
those are the values that
is
her
now
mother passed down to her.
Harris. I mean, it was like
But in order to
Haley
protect those
for
freedoms,
Kamala or
Democrats
something like
also
that.
need to win the House.
Nikki Haley.
So we
sent
have a lot to
cease
do,
and desist
and please
to her
welcome to the
super PAC
stage
because they are
next
now
Speaker of the House,
endorsing
Hakeem
Kamala
Jeffries.
Harris, and they said you didn't tell us what to do. So we have to understand that there's a lot of people that were willing to support him. Someone who was, what the fuck is he coming out to? Oh, he came out to marry.
Good evening, Democrats.
He came out to marry. She's from Yonkers. Hakeem
It's
came
a
out
high
to
honor
marry.
and a distinct privilege as a Brooklynite,
He's
New
wearing the
Yorker,
purple tie for.
and as an American to
wearing
stand
purple
before
tie for
you
Walz.
today and
I'm wearing purple
unequivocally
tie. It's
express
hard for
my
me to not wear
support
purple.
for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to be the next president and vice president of the United States
Right.
of America.
Right.
Over the last few years, House Democrats have been hard at work.
We don't
And
like
we could
Hakeem
not have
Jeffries over
asked
here,
for
y'all.
a better leader to partner with
Who are you
than
telling? That's
President
why I popped that
Joseph
edible about half
Robinette
hour
Biden,
ago.
who will go down as one of the most consequential presidents of all time.
They've been using consequential a lot.
Last
Anybody
month,
notice that? Anybody knows they've been
President
using
Biden
consequential a lot?
selflessly passed
What
the
is this
torch
consequential
to
shit?
Vice President Kamala Harris,
All right,
who
if you
is
come in and
ready,
hit that like button
willing,
on
and
YouTube,
able
if you're coming
to
into
fight
Instagram, come on,
for
join us
the
over on
people.
YouTube.
Kamala
We've doubled
Harris
the number of people in
is
the
a
chat in
courageous
YouTube in the
leader,
last 5 minutes.
a
Come on over
compassionate leader,
and join
and a
us over
common
here.
sense leader who will deliver real results
We
for
over here
everyday Americans.
getting
Kamala
high.
Harris is fighting for our freedom. Kamala
It's a
Harris
party.
is fighting for
I'm gonna
our
listen to him.
families.
Okay,
Kamala Harris is fighting for our future. Together, let's make Kamala Harris the 47th president of the United States of America.
Hakeem Jeffries is the dude who complained that kids didn't like him because he talked white.
Great country, when you work hard and play by the rules, you deserve to earn a living wage. You deserve to have an affordable place to call home. You deserve to educate your children in a great public school that is free from gun violence. And you deserve high quality, affordable health care, and you deserve the chance to one day retire with grace and with dignity. But for far too many people in our great country, they are struggling to live paycheck to paycheck. And as a result, the American dream is out of reach. Here's the thing. Extreme MAGA Republicans don't care about everyday Americans.
Okay, if I put the bingo up on the screen, you gonna screenshot it?
Our approach, led by Kamala Harris and Coach Walz, is very different. We care about you, the American people. And we will fight hard to make sure that the American dream is alive and well in every single community.
All right.
Now the road ahead.
For like 2 seconds, y'all, I'm going to switch. I'm going to show you the bingo. Take a picture and then screenshot it. We got it? Okay, cool.
Donald Trump
Hold on.
is like an old boyfriend.
Let's see.
Who you?
Hold on. Share screen. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. I'm going to share it. All right. You got 5 seconds. Screenshot it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And now we're going to put him back on. You got it? Okay, good. All right. Here we go.
50% of the benefits went to the wealthiest 1% in America. Trump failed our country during the COVID-19 pandemic. Trump is a chaos agent who is focused on himself, not the American.
He's so corny in the way he talks. I don't like how he talks as a public speaker. His cadence is awful. I hate it. If I were ranking him, he gets 2 out of 10. I hate it. But anyway, you got the. So here's the thing for the bingo. You can either play regular bingo where you just mark it off, or you can do bingo, amped up with a shot. Take a sip, take a drink, whatever it is. You open the snacks, take a bite. We'll do that. Okay. So you saw it. You can mark the bingo, but also you can take a drink.
Not going back.
No flag. No flag, bro. No flag.
Kamala Harris and House Democrats will always put people over politics. Kamala Harris and House Democrats will lower costs
and it never
and grow the middle class.
For him.
Kamala Harris and House Democrats will fix our broken immigration system and secure the border. Kamala Harris and House Democrats will strengthen the relationship
between the police and you can't trust a black man with light eyes.
Kamala Harris and House Democrats will continue to combat the climate crisis with the fierce urgency of now. Kamala Harris and House Democrats will protect Social Security, protect Medicare, protect Medicaid, protect the Affordable Care Act, protect working families, protect small businesses, protect the middle class, protect free enterprise, protect our children, protect our seniors, protect our veterans, protect our unions, protect our dreamers, and always protect a woman's freedom to make her own reproductive health care decisions. The extreme MAGA Republicans want to divide us. But the Constitution promises equal protection under the law. We are one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Together, let's build a brighter future for our children and our grandchildren.
I be reading y'all comments. I don't put
In
them
the
all
Old
on the
Testament,
screen, but I be reading them, y'all. Funny.
Book of Psalms, the scripture tells us that weeping may endure during the long
that's on
night.
the bingo card.
But joy
comes in. He's going to buy when you got a drink on there. Hold on.
Here's how we do it.
Make sure you hit the like button.
Strategize on Sunday. Meet the moment on Monday. Take it to them on Tuesday. Work it out on Wednesday. Thank the Lord on Thursday. Fight the power on Friday. Set it off on Saturday. Get a few hours of sleep. Wake up the next day and do it all over again until joy comes in the morning.
He's preaching on the 1 and the 3.
There's only 76 days left. There are only 76 days left. We must continue to speak up. We must continue to show up. We must continue to stand up, not as Democrats or Republicans, but as Americans. And when we do, nothing can stop Kamala Harris from becoming the 47th president of the United States of America. Nothing can stop House Democrats from taking back the majority. Nothing can stop the American people from continuing our march toward a more perfect union. Nothing can stop us. We're all the way up. God bless you. God bless Kamala Harris. May God bless the United States of America.
Be back. Be back. What is going on?
You want to go outside today? You can put your shoes on?
Yes. What is going on?
Ruby is 2 years old. I'm starting to think, will she be an iron worker like her dad? I hate to break it to you, but I'm not a billionaire. Donald Trump talked a big game about bringing jobs back to America, but it was all talk, like Foxconn.
This is the eighth wonder of the world. Foxconn, by most estimates, has not even come close to meeting expectations.
This whole project was a scam. He is not looking out for the residents. He's looking out for himself.
You know what Trump delivered? $2 trillion in tax cuts focused on his billionaire buddies and big corporations.
Okay.
Makes me angry. Billionaires don't pay their share of the load. And he wants to do that again. Trump talked a massive game about infrastructure.
If they call him a felon, you can mark that off.
Infrastructure is the easiest of all. We're going to get this infrastructure going.
Trump was too incompetent to get it done.
Me too.
Who's he
I
looking
said,
out for? Not us, not my family. You know who got it done? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, biggest infrastructure package in history. Infrastructure is just a fancy word for jobs. Not just union workers, but for everyone. Small businesses are booming. Communities are starting to thrive again. I wish it was faster.
Let them know, Daddy. This is the only way to watch the DNC.
The largest job growth in American history. Wages are higher. Manufacturing is booming. We're building roads, bridges, airports again. That's a fact. And we have healthcare.
When our middle class is strong, America is strong.
Kamala's goal is to rebuild the middle class for families like mine.
Please welcome the 42nd President of the United States, Bill Clinton.
Oh, William! Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, you! Oh, God! Oh, remember when Toni Morrison said he was our first black president? Remember that? Y'all remember that? Hey, Instagram, come join us on YouTube. YouTube chat is popping right now. Come on and join us over on YouTube. YouTube, make sure you hit that like button for the video, okay? But here we go. This is what we've been waiting for, right? William Jefferson Clinton. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all can hear? Okay. Make sure y'all can hear.
Whoa. Let me ask you something.
He's also a Leo, by the way.
After the last 2 days,
aren't
you proud to be a Democrat? And I am very grateful to the Republicans and independents that have joined us and been up here on the stage. And I hope they feel better about it now.
You don't understand.
Because
they did him.
I've seen all these things that even I have to be reminded of from time to time when I get my spirits down.
Oh, he's looking.
I love seeing the Obamas here. I love seeing President Biden.
Got one foot on the grave and one on the banana peel.
And I thought Hillary gave a great speech too. And
you could have talked about that woman stayed with your ass. Your infidelity, the warmongering.
I love seeing all these young leaders. A bunch of them are coming up after me.
Bill, Obama, there are a lot of Leos,
look better,
they
sound better, and they'll be exciting.
What is happening right now?
I do want to say one word about President Biden.
What? Okay.
Remember,
okay.
He had an improbable turn that made him president.
Oh, the prompter's fucked up.
And we were in the middle of a pandemic and an economic crash.
I'm sorry, Clinton looked like the Poltergeist dude. Remember from Poltergeist 2?
He healed our sick and put the rest of us back.
You know who I'm talking about. That's who he looked like.
And he strengthened our alliances of peace and security. He stood up for Ukraine, trying desperately to get a ceasefire in the Middle East.
Look.
And then he did something that's really hard for a politician to do. He voluntarily gave up political power. And
he's missing the hat. That's the Poltergeist.
George Washington knew that.
That's the Poltergeist.
And he did it. And he set the standard for us serving 2 terms before it was mandatory.
Come on over to YouTube, y'all. We over here.
His legacy.
It's fun. We're having a good time.
And it will enhance Joe Biden's legacy. And you.
Nasty!
And it's a stark contrast to what goes on in the other party.
Let me see what he's saying.
So I want to thank him.
2 minutes, y'all. 2 minutes.
For his courage, compassion, his class, his service, his sacrifice.
Okay. He's still talking about Biden? Okay, well.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Thank you.
They sent Joe away. Joe's not even at the convention no more, y'all. They sent his ass back home. He's like, go home and go to sleep. You need a nap, Bernie.
He kept the faith and he's infected a lot of the rest of it.
Wow, this is terrorism.
Now let's cut to the chase.
Terrorism in the chat.
I am too old to kill the lily.
Wow.
2 days ago, I turned 78, the oldest man in my family of 4 generations.
He sounds awful. I'm sorry, I'm not. He sounds awful.
And the only personal vanity I want to assert is I'm still younger than Donald Trump.
You look like him. You look like the outfit with. And so we are trying to understand what's going on with you, William Jefferson Clinton, because you look like you've been
last night in what I thought was a very moving,
and I don't know what's going on.
Series of episodes, we nominated Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And just think about that. 2 leaders with all-American but still improbable life stories. It could only happen here. Their careers, after all, started in community courtrooms and classrooms. 2 leaders who spent a lifetime getting the good job done. Now, one of the things that I've noticed over my increasingly long life is that a presidential election is unique in several ways. Okay. First of all, it's the greatest job interview for the greatest job in the world.
We know you cheated.
Secondly, the Constitution says we, the people, get to do the hiring.
Wow. Okay.
And the third thing is
what is Bill talking about?
That every 4 years, we get to change the requirements for the job.
Yeah. No, that's real.
So here's what I'm thinking.
We don't care what you're thinking.
Because I try to apply this in every election.
Will
this president take us backward or forward? Will this president give our kids a brighter future? Depends.
There's a lot of elder Black women in the audience right now. Need a new pair of drawers, okay?
Will the president increase the peace,
because Toni
security,
Morrison
and
said
stability,
this was the first Black president,
and freedom that we enjoy and extend it to others as we can? We, the people,
absolutely not.
We have to make a decision about these kind of questions.
Yes. If you're on bingo, this
years,
is Clinton reference. He talked about himself. Fuck it. Yes, let's count it.
The people come up with candidates.
This is a Clinton. If you're playing bingo with us,
they say, as they're saying now, here are our problems. Solve them. Here are our opportunities.
Well, now,
seize them.
Now,
here are our fears. Ease them. Here are our dreams.
I didn't say it.
Help them come true.
What the hell?
The president can answer that call.
It's messy.
By saying, I'll do my part, but you have to help me. We have to work together.
I'm sorry, is he still talking about Joe Biden?
Or you can dodge what.
Oh, thanks for the cash app. Thanks for the cash app. Thanks for the memo. Thank you very much, Danae.
So in 2024, we got a pretty clear choice, it seems to me.
Thank you so much. I'm a PayPal.
Kamala Harris for the people.
We not king shit. You know what?
And
bingo, you're right.
The other guy who's proved.
No, we're not going to use
the first go around.
You know what?
No.
It's
about me, myself, and
see.
I know which one I like better for our country.
Y'all messy.
Kamala Harris will work to solve our problems, seize our opportunities, ease our fears, and make sure every single American.
Everybody's looking down. I'm like, use the teleprompter, but everyone's looking down.
Has a chance to chase
something's
their
going
dreams.
on. I don't know.
You know,
we got a game and we got the league.
When she was young, she worked at McDonald's. And she greeted every person with that 1,000-watt smile and said,
"Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4,
now she's
5,
at the pinnacle
6,
of power,
7, 8, 9, 10,
she's
11,
still asking
14 more people to go. Yeah, it's only 9:30. Y'all know we've been going to midnight every night because they take too long. Buckle in, get your snacks, get your drinks, your beverages. Join us over here on YouTube. It's so much better experience. On Instagram, we love you over there.
She will break my record as the president who spent the most time
at McDonald's. Are a little lifted tonight. It is okay. We're gonna be here. We here for the long haul, y'all. Thanks for joining with Political Theater with Dr. T. I love it. It's the only way you can watch the DNC, so we love it. We're so happy.
We got an election to win. And remember, we've got a guy that's pretty good at what he does. Donald Trump has been a paragon of consistency. He's still dividing. He's still blaming. He's still belittling other people. He creates chaos and then he sort of curates it.
This is a good time to go get a snack.
As if it were precious art.
Because nothing that this motherfucker says matters. He's a liar. So
let me say,
he's a liar.
A single day goes by.
Liar. And a war criminal.
Even though I've been gone.
Bill Clinton destabilized the Sudanese medical economy, okay?
Not a day goes by.
To this day, they feel the effects of his stupid ass.
I had to serve and what it meant.
Every day.
And one of the reasons, thank you. Wait. One of the reasons.
Yeah, go get your stuff.
One of the reasons I love the job so much.
You're here with me. I'm here.
Is that in the toughest times, even on the darkest days, if you tried hard enough, there was always something good you could do for somebody else.
Like
now,
help you try to escape from slavery?
Some days that's not easy to do. You've got to deal with all these emergencies or
hundreds of
something going on here, there, or yonder. But Kamala Harris is the only candidate in this race who has the vision, the experience, the temperament, the will.
Phillies up 3-2 in the 8th.
The sheer joy.
Go Phillies.
To get something done.
All right, let's go get something done.
I mean, look, what does her opponent do with his voice? He mostly talks about himself, right?
He ain't got no risk.
The next time you hear him, don't count the lies.
Right.
Count the eyes.
Like, I came up with that shit myself, y'all. I came up with that one. That was me.
Count the eyes.
That yeah.
His vendettas, his vengeance, his complaints, his conspiracies.
Oh my gosh. My gosh.
He's like one of those tenors opening up before he walks out on stage, like I did, trying to get his lungs open by singing me, 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 me.
Hey, what are you talking about right now? What is happening?
When Kamala Harris is president, every day will begin with you, 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 you.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Hillary wrote that, so if you can guarantee that his speech will be worse than hers.
We got to ask ourselves the questions that we're going to hire a president. Do you want to build a strong economy from the bottom up and the middle out? Or do you want to spend the next 4 years talking about crowd size?
Oh, he stole Obama's jokes for crowd size?
You're going to have a hard time believing this.
Who
but so
wrote
help
this?
me, I triple checked it. Since the end of the Cold War in 1989, America has created about
is next, then
51
Shapiro.
million new jobs.
Pelosi is a great break, y'all. It's a great break. He sucks. That's a great time.
I swear I checked this 3 times.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
Even I couldn't believe it.
Next, and then we're gonna come back
What's
and
the score?
Shapiro.
Democrats 50, Republicans 1.
Sound good? He was. He's a Leo,
I'm
right?
glad
And Obama both Leos. They're naturally charming.
that we've got a
He was. He
championship
was. Back in the
winning
day.
coach
He had black
on our
women
team.
ages 30 to 80 wanting to risk it all. And my mama used to do activism with him.
But
and she
even the most
it didn't work on her. So
limited of us and what we know about football or any other sport knows that if you're got 50 and the other side's got 1, you're ahead. What about affordable housing? It's a terrible problem in America now. We need more. And
one of your houses, then.
Affordable health care. That's why the Democrats put a limit on monthly payments for insulin and a $2,000 a year out-of-pocket limit. And are trying to cover more drugs by bargaining for prices. We need more financing for small businesses.
Oh God. Okay.
We need still to strengthen our alliances. I almost croaked in the first debate of this election season when President Trump said nobody respected America anymore like they did when he was president. Wait. And with a straight face.
With a straight face. Here come the Leo coming out.
Look, you got to give him. He's a good actor. With a straight face, he cited as evidence of the respect that existed for us when he was there, the presidents of North Korea and Russia. I'd rather have people who respect us now.
You know, man.
And
right.
One of the things,
raising your black fist for this fucking war criminal.
When you send a signal
to
other countries, you want them to know whether they agree with you or not, at least that you're on the level. Here's where you are and what you believe. What are they supposed to make for these endless tributes to the late, great Hannibal Lecter? I mean, what was it? President Obama once gave me the great honor of saying I was the explainer in chief. Folks, I thought about it, and I don't know what to say.
That's why I call this shit political theater. You understand what I'm saying? What the hell?
Like Hakeem Jeffries, I too want an America that's more joyful, more inclusive, more future focused. Just think what a burden it's been on us to get up day after day after day after day, buried in meaningless hot rhetoric. When there's so many opportunities out there, so many problems that need to be solved. I want that.
A lot of them created by you.
And that's the America Kamala Harris will lead.
Speaking of problems in the United States, you're responsible for a lot of them.
She's already made her first presidential decision, and she knocked it out of the park when she asked Governor Walz to be her nominee for vice president.
I know they have. No, they haven't. They ain't fucking got
As they used to say when I was a young man growing up in Arkansas, you do not have to be all broke out with brilliance. You just look at Tim Walz, listen to him, follow his record.
What's his record?
As a teacher, as a coach, in the National Guard.
Somebody on Instagram.
As a congressman, where he was the only Democrat, save one, elected in that district in more than 100 years. And he stayed a long time.
Yeah, okay. I ain't gonna wait. I'm gonna refill my cup. I'll be back. I'll probably be back mid Nancy, but keep it going. All right.
And by all accounts, he was a crack shot who had the courage among his rural constituents to say, we do not need these assault weapons available to people who can kill our kids in school. So armed with her first decision, Kamala Harris confronts an interesting dilemma. We're going to walk out of here feeling pretty good, I think. We've got energy, we are happy, we feel like a load's off our shoulders. And we know we're just being asked to fight the same fight that the forces of progress have had to fight for 250 years. In the face of stiff and often violent opposition, we have to find a way to go forward together.
Shit.
Where we, the people,
All right.
make our union more perfect.
God damn. How is he still talking?
So, that's a good thing. How could we possibly lose? Kamala Harris has fought for kids her whole life that were left out and left behind. She's taken on gangs trafficking across the border.
Oh my
She's
God,
fought to protect the rights of homeowners. She's been our leader in the fight for reproductive freedoms, and we know a majority of the American people are with us on that. And she's gained an invaluable amount of experience as vice president, advancing our values and interests around the world. She's already said she's going to work really hard to make sure that no American working full-time lives in poverty or has to worry about their children living in poverty.
Nobody should be living in poverty, whether or not you are working full-time, okay?
We got to make home ownership an achievable dream.
It's rhetoric like that. That's why they don't give people full-time hours anymore, you dipshit.
She said that and this meant a lot to me, that she would protect everybody's right to vote, whether or not they voted for her. They were a citizen and they deserve the right to vote.
You white man that made you rich 30 years ago, I'm giving my stamp of approval. That's what's happening here?
The other day, her opponent implied that as his people voted one more time, they'd be able to rig it from now on and they wouldn't have to vote again.
They show whatever they want to show.
You think they're kidding, but I know a lot of these folks, and most of them are really good people, but some of them think that they are bound to dominate America politically, economically, and socially, and they have to use politics to do it, and they should rig the system.
How was y'all day? What y'all have for dinner tonight?
I don't believe that.
I'm way more interested in that.
So here's what I want to tell you.
Really?
We've seen more than one election slip away from us when we thought it couldn't happen. When people got distracted by phony issues or overconfident. This is a brutal, tough business. I want you to be happy. One of the reasons that President-to-be Harris is doing so well is that we're all so happy.
You happy though? You happy though? You fun.
But you should never underestimate your adversary.
Instagram, isn't that a lot of people at times? Yeah.
At distracting us.
Self-included.
At triggering doubt. At triggering buyer's remorse. As the Obama said so eloquently last night, they are human, you know. They're bound to make a mistake now and then. We got to be tough. And so,
y'all ain't
as
right.
Somebody who spends a lot of time.
Y'all ain't right. I'll be right back.
In small towns and rural areas in New York and Arkansas and other places. I urge you to talk to all your neighbors. I urge you to meet people where they are. I urge you not to demean them, but not to pretend you don't disagree with them if you do. Treat them with respect, just the way you'd like them to treat you. Ask for their help and then follow our leader, Kamala, and ask them, how can I help you? We Democrats right now have a lot of hay in the barn. We've got massive achievements, massive
Thanksgiving dinner yet?
advances, but there's still a lot of slips between today and Election Day that we have to navigate. And so
I don't even understand what's going on.
I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. I have no idea.
Hit the like button.
How many more of these I'll be able to come to.
I
started in 76 and I've been to every one since.
No, you're not.
But no.
Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought?
72.
Microwave. Never eaten.
Lord, I'm getting old.
We are never.
But here's what I want you to know. If you vote for this team, if you can get them elected and let them bring in this breath of fresh air.
Yeah, okay.
You will be proud of it for the rest of your life. Your children will be proud of it. Your grandchildren will be proud of it.
Okay.
Take it from a man who once had the honor to be called in this convention, the man from hope. We need Kamala Harris, the president of joy, to lead us.
Joy a lot lately too. Anybody know what's behind that? Like, what is those joy started? Like, a few days ago, I noticed that joy started creeping into their rhetoric.
I'll be doing my part. You do yours. I'll see you when we're making a real joyful noise when the votes are counted. God bless you.
That's how you know.
And God bless America.
You didn't even say make a joyful noise. You said nose. Like my favorite campaign song. That's why this is hilarious to me. I loved it. When he had it back then, I was like younger. I was like, yay! I didn't know what I was talking about. I love this damn song. That man ain't seen a black woman touch a black woman he didn't want to caress or love down. I'm telling you. He's like, any more that I can touch? Oh boy.
How about this energy in this room?
Oh boy.
And guys, I couldn't leave here without giving a shout out to the amazing delegation from my home state, Massachusetts. I love you, Massachusetts. Everyone is always hating on us, but they just don't get it. Go Sox. Go Jason Tatum. Ben Affleck, hang in there. Dunkin' Donuts is the best coffee in the world. Okay. Our next speaker needs no introduction. She was the first woman to ever serve as Speaker of the House.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. You know what's coming.
This
woman was doing Brat before Brat was Brat.
Okay.
The mother of dragons. Please welcome Nancy Pelosi.
Wow. Oh, wow. I don't even know what's happening right now. That necklace about $47,000.
Hello, California. Hello, Maryland. Hello, Democrats.
Woo! A lot of purple in the audience.
On January
a lot of purple
20th,
on her. Minnesota,
2021,
purple,
with
Vikings,
the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, we established one of the most successful presidencies of modern times. And we quickly proved that Democrats deliver. Millions of jobs, stronger infrastructure and rural broadband,
see it.
A Biden child tax credit, rescuing human pensions, honoring our veterans, bold climate action, lowering the cost of prescription drugs, all thanks to President Biden's patriotic vision of a fairer America, doing so with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Joe.
What is it? Joe.
And I know that Vice President Harris is ready to take us to new heights.
Okay. No, she's wearing that.
I've known Kamala Harris for decades. Personally, I know her a person of deep faith, which is reflected in her community care and service. Officially, she is a leader of strength and wisdom and eloquence on policy, most recently demonstrated fighting for women's right to choose. Politically, she is astute and strategic in winning difficult elections, quickly securing the nomination with dignity and grace, and choosing Tim Walz as our vice president. I had the honor of serving with Tim for 12 years in the Congress. He united Democrats, Republicans, and independents to turn a red district blue.
It's a super spreader event.
He showed courage
I'm
when
hearing
he came
from
to Congress
disability
and voting for
activists
the Affordable Care Act,
that
meeting
the
the needs
mask
of
thing
his
is not even. I'm like, it's a super
despite
spreader event,
Republicans' lies and
there's not a mask
misrepresentation.
mandate with COVID on the rise.
He went home, won the election. He returned to Congress. He fought for our Americans' heroes as the Democratic leader of the Veterans Affairs Committee. Thank you, Tim. January 6th was a perilous moment for our democracy. Never before had a president of the United States so brazenly assaulted the bedrock of our democracy, so gleefully embraced political violence, so willfully betrayed his oath of office. Let us not forget who assaulted democracy on January 6th. He did.
It was coming for your ass, Nancy.
But let us not forget who saved democracy that day. We
I ain't seen nobody come for before in my life the way they was coming for Nancy.
And thank God we had a Democratic House of Representatives.
And we got her husband. That was all messed up. All messed up.
We returned to the Capitol that very same night. We insisted on certifying the election results on the floors of the House and the Senate. And we demonstrated to America and to the world that American democracy prevailed. The parable of January 6th reminds us that our democracy is only as strong as the courage and commitment of those entrusted with its care. And we must choose leaders who believe in free and fair elections, who respect the peaceful transfer of power. The choice couldn't be clearer.
This is Nancy's opportunity to be like, she's really like, one of the last times y'all gonna hear from me. I'm gonna say some shit. That's what it sounds like to me. I could be wrong.
When the sun rose on January 7th,
and the way Trump mocked it was not, I mean, it was so awful. And I'm just like, yo, come on.
Through the night that our flag was still there. Now, in this election, we are called upon to do the same, to stand together, to reject autocracy, to choose democracy, and we will do so by electing a Democratic House with Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker of the House.
Democracy on the bingo drinking game. It has to either be fight for our democracy or defend
electing
democracy.
a Democratic Senate, electing Tim Walz as Vice President of the United States, and electing Kamala Harris as the President of the United States. Onward to victory.
She ain't gonna be there. Nancy's like, people in the mirror like, what's about that baby? But then she aged out of it. You know, that's one of her last big speeches too, so she said, here's what I got.
Please welcome Alexander Hudlin, Jasper Emhoff, and Arden Emhoff.
Oh, they brought out the whole multicultural situation. Y'all. Come on. Come on.
Kamala Harris is our auntie.
She's our auntie.
She'll be a president who cares for all of us.
She'll lift us up. In 2016, we celebrated Auntie Senate win.
It's on stage.
We saw
Bingo
Trump
drink.
winning.
We're going to drink over here.
I was only 9,
Ken's on
but I
stage.
knew enough to be concerned. Auntie said, do you know what superheroes do?
That was
they fight back.
From Mammy in Chief.
And we will too.
She will make time for what matters. You know, no one is busier than my auntie, but she always makes time for family.
Wow.
From moments as simple as cooking and sharing a meal to exchanging stories and jokes. Auntie taught me about being present in what's important. And I know that's how she'll lead.
Wow.
She'll treat everyone with respect. Even as a kid, Auntie made me feel that I was seen, that my words are important, that I am important and loved. I know she'll value others' perspectives, no matter their age or their background.
Auntie, we love you.
We're so proud of you.
And most importantly, you're a baller.
I
And I can say, let's win this thing.
Let's win this thing.
It was like, what is happening? What was that? What was that?
Please welcome nominee for U.S. Congress in California, Latifah Simon.
I am.
Hello,
I'm in the sky.
my name is Latifah Simon, and I am running for Congress. And I'm here tonight to tell you all about the Kamala Harris that I know. I'm going to tell you. When Kamala Harris was the district attorney in San Francisco, California, I was a teen mother running an organization working to end sex trafficking among beautiful young women and girls to build the self-determination and power among
Why
girls.
are you talking about the victims of sex trafficking being beautiful?
Learned about the work that I was doing. And she asked me to join her team. And I joined her team. She saw my potential, my commitment, and the good work that we could do together. And I saw her. I saw Kamala Harris holding the hands of sexual assault survivors. I saw scores of mothers who lost their babies to gun violence lining up.
God bless America. Is that one there? Wait, hold on.
Waiting only to speak.
God bless America is on there.
They knew.
Gotta take, there you go. Bingo, take a shot. I'm gonna take a drink.
That she would
God bless
truly
America.
see them. Because there's
White
something
person
about
dancing.
Kamala Harris. For those who know her, you know. When she hears your story, she carries it with her. When she sees you, she truly sees you. She truly sees you. She is the best among us. After working with Kamala Harris day in and day out for 5 years to create programs that supported young people to get out of the criminal justice system once and for all with good jobs, with opportunity. She wanted to get to the root cause of a broken criminal justice system. I saw her chip away. She came early and she left late every single day because, you know, like those mothers, like those sexual assault survivors, when she goes into that Oval Office,
I know that I lost my place.
When she goes into that Oval Office, I guarantee you she will take all of us with her. All of us.
They're gonna take my ass.
Mothers, the disabled veterans, the low-income folks
Kamala
who
got
are
me on a list
dying to
already. I'm
survive,
telling you.
the immigrants who are trying
She's like,
to work
first day in
towards the
office.
promise of America. She will take us all. The farm workers, she will take us all with her.
This idolatry, the celebrity worship shit is wild corny. I need y'all to stop it.
Is the Kamala Harris that I know so deeply. That is the Kamala Harris that I love. A woman of the people. A woman, a fierce woman for the people. Good night, Democrats.
We all moving to the White House. We're going to have a tent city that they're going to pulverize with tanks.
Please welcome former U.S. Associate Attorney General of the United States and the Vice President's brother-in-law, Tony West.
Are y'all talking about nepotism right now? Is that what's happening?
35 years ago, in my first week at law school, I met a new classmate, Maya Harris. We became best friends, but the way Kamala tells the story, we'd already fallen in love by graduation day.
Well, you're not supposed to be here.
And when Maya and I married, I not only gained a life partner I love, a daughter I adore, and a mother-in-law I revered, someone I
Shapiro's supposed to be next, y'all, after Nancy Pelosi.
I also gained a sister.
They gave us Hudlin, Emhoff, and Emhoff. We got them.
Now, Maya, Kamala, and I each pursued different legal careers.
He's not on the
were
schedule.
Motivated by the same
We're supposed to get Amanda Gorman,
a belief in equal
Westmore,
opportunity, a yearning for fairness, a passion for justice. Values Mother Harris taught those two little girls.
He's last minute. Is West not there?
Powered Kamala's public service from the very beginning. You know,
like he's not on the schedule at all.
One of Kamala's very first cases
I wonder
in the
if he's
district attorney's office
Gorman,
involved
and then
a
where's
woman,
Amanda Gorman?
an innocent woman, wrongfully arrested in a police raid. It was a Friday afternoon, and the courthouse was shutting down for the weekend. And look, most prosecutors, they would have gone home and dealt with the matter the following Monday, but not Kamala. You see, my sister-in-law knew that if the judge didn't see this woman that afternoon, she'd spend the entire
in the chat. I don't. Where's Westmore? This is the dollar store, Westmore. God, get him off my screen.
to hear the matter. And the judge agreed. And within minutes, that woman was released back to her family that night.
How you say his name? Buttigieg?
Now, it may seem small, but
right?
that's what it means to stand up for justice.
Buttigieg.
That's what it means to stand for the people. And
then
Kamala says, when you know what you stand for, you know what to fight for.
Buttigieg. That's all I know. Buttigieg. I don't know.
And
they're
look,
like,
believe me when I tell you,
black man. That's
as
what
a
I'm
sister,
wondering. Is he replacing
a daughter,
Westmore?
an auntie,
It was
and
like,
a mother.
You got to keep the
I've
quota.
seen Kamala fight for her family. As district attorney, attorney general, U.S. Senator, and Vice President of the United States, I have watched her fight in the halls of power for those who have no voice there. And as president, I know she'll fight for you. She'll fight for all of us. Because, friends, when Kamala fights, we win.
What is he talking about?
God
When
bless
we
you.
fight, we win. That's on the bingo card. And take a drink. When we fight, we win. Booty juice.
A crime against any one of us is a crime against all of us.
The work that she did as Attorney General was taking on issues to help people who were trying to make a life for themselves and their families.
When Kamala Harris came into office in 2011, the most urgent economic crisis facing communities throughout California was the foreclosure crisis.
For too many Californians, hopes for lasting homeownership have been dashed. Victims have fallen prey to a series of mortgage scams, fraud, and unfair business practices.
In order to get meaningful relief, we had to sue the banks and see through a lengthy litigation process.
When Kamala was sitting at the table negotiating, it wasn't just about the money. It was about real people. I vividly remember her thinking about mommy, who could finally afford to buy her first home, and how proud mommy was. So Kamala knew what was at stake for families and even whole communities.
We are very proud.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
A tremendous victory for California.
She truly believes that every single person, every American is worthy of the promise and the prosperity of this country. And every time Kamala is running for a bigger office, it's because she believes that she can have a bigger impact.
We are making a commitment tonight with this celebration of this Senate race to bring our country together.
That's why we're
in
here.
the Senate to get a position on the intelligence
You gotta
committee
see the
is
theater
very
and the
coveted
circus
because
for
it is
what
about
it
protecting
is.
our nation's
You know what I
security.
mean?
And
Like,
Kamala hit the ground running. She would not let a
you wanna
witness
be
off
informed,
easily.
so it's
Did
like,
you
yes,
have
I
any
wanna watch,
communications
I wanna
with
be
Russian
informed, I wanna
officials for
take
any
what,
reason
blah,
during the
blah.
campaign
At
that
the
have
same
not
time,
been
I gotta
disclosed?
suffer through it.
I
I
don't
might as well do it with
recall.
the crew.
I need to
you
be
know,
correct
so
as best I can.
I do want you
I
to
love
I'm
that.
not
It's
able
that it's
to
showing me
be
54
rushed
people
this
watching. I
fast.
love
It makes
that.
me nervous.
That's the
Questioning of
community.
Attorney
We
General
all
Sessions
watching
was
this shit. We all laughing, even if
historic,
you're not
and she
posting
earned
in
the
the
respect
chat. Like I
of
know
colleagues
you
on both
you
sides of the aisle.
laughing, you watching
Kamala,
us and stuff.
as a senator,
I know,
was
and I love
a truth
it.
teller.
And I'm
She
so
was
happy
there
that you all are here.
to
It's amazing.
expose what some of these guys were and what they intended to do.
Can you think of any laws that give government the
I
power
think
to
we
make
get child
decisions
on
about
stage when
the male
when
body?
her nephew and niece or whatever auntie got on the stage.
I'm not thinking of any right now, Senator.
They didn't know what hit them. And in those moments, so many people saw her for the first time. and saw how tough she was.
Would you accept them recommending a charging decision to you if they had not reviewed the evidence?
Well, that's a question for Bob Mueller. He's the U.S. attorney.
I think you've made it clear, sir, that you've not looked at the evidence, and we can move on.
When she's on a mission, she is determined and relentless.
When our fundamental values are being attacked,
us to her,
do we retreat or do we fight? I say we fight.
You know, they know that is.
If you want to go forward in this country, not go
So they
backward,
wouldn't be able to be
then
like,
there is only
well,
one choice.
this is what she did. She helped people, right? And you're just like, okay. A lot of people.
Please welcome Nevada Senator Katherine Cortez Masto.
Okay, so she was supposed to go after the kid. And then, are they playing Michael Jackson? Are they playing
Chicago?
Another ill-fitting suit. Okay.
Before I was senator, I was Nevada's attorney general. And that's when I met Kamala Harris, my colleague in California. Now, we bonded over many things.
You knew all the drugs.
And working together, I quickly learned what kind of person she is. She is a strong leader.
Me.
Here's how I know. As AGs, we took on the big banks after the foreclosure
This is all propaganda.
And let me tell you, Kamala did not settle for less than homeowners deserved. Her leadership.
This is Law and Order. You know how they get us to watch Law and Order SVU
helped win
and to
billions
suspend our
for working
disbelief because we
families
know they're fucking
nationwide.
cops. They want us, you know what I mean?
Delivering
That's
for
kind of what she
families,
did.
that's
part of the
Kamala
political
Harris.
Theater is part of the circus.
Kamala and I also worked to protect our southern border. During that time, Kamala invited a group of AGs across the border to meet with Mexican officials. Now, we worked together to put transnational criminals and drug smugglers behind bars. Holding criminals accountable, that's Kamala Harris.
Okay. All right.
Listen, and when we took on human traffickers, Kamala had us meet with survivors so that we could understand who we were fighting for. Standing up for justice, that's Kamala Harris.
Okay.
So trust me when I say I know she
that,
will fight for our
the more we say it,
families
people will believe
and
us,
our
right?
freedoms. Now we must fight for her. Every vote matters. I know. In 2016, Nevadans elected me, the granddaughter of a baker from Mexico, to serve as the first Latina in the United States Senate.
Oh, now the identity politics. Shut the fuck up.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, golly.
And in
Golly.
2022, my reelection came down to 7,920.
If you're joining on Instagram, we are over on YouTube. We've
Because
got
of
a great
voters
community.
in Nevada, the
Over here, we
Democrats
are in
won
the
the
chat.
Senate
We are having conversation, watching this. Come on over to YouTube. Dominique Jones.
and I'm here to tell you, we can do it again.
Hop on
We
in
can
and
send
join us.
Kamala Harris and
Better
Tim Walz
experience.
to the White
And,
House. Are we ready to do it?
Instagram, Of course, you can stay there, but
Are we ready to
better
fight?
experience over here on YouTube.
Let's get it done, Chicago. Thank you, everyone.
Ooh, I'm sweating. Ain't nothing but the white devil. I'm hot.
Please welcome Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro.
Here we go. Obama cosplay right now, y'all. Tap in, tap in. Obama cosplay. He got some
Thank
less
you.
jam on his hair.
2.5 centuries ago in Philadelphia, a band of patriots declared
Close
their
your eyes.
independence from a king
Listen
and
to
set
him
ourselves on a path
and tell
of
me
self-determination.
he isn't doing an
Generation
Obama
after generation has
impersonation.
embraced that responsibility. Ordinary Americans rising up, demanding more, seeking justice. And in every chapter of our American story, we've made progress and advanced the cause of freedom. Today we find ourselves writing that next chapter. Will we be a nation defined by chaos and extremism? Or will we choose a path of decency, honor, and continued progress?
What's decency?
Kamala Harris, well, she has spent her entire career making progress. Donald Trump, a man with no guardrails, wants to take away our rights and our freedoms. And listen, while he cloaks himself in the blanket of freedom, what he's offering isn't freedom at all.
What is he offering?
Because hear me on this, it's not freedom to tell our children what books they're allowed to read. No, it's not. And it's not freedom to tell women what they can do with their bodies.
Or men. Men also not be told. They never talk about that.
And hear me on this. It sure as hell isn't freedom to say you can go vote, but he gets to pick the winner. That's not freedom.
That's why Obama looking old like he is.
But you know
Every
what?
time Josh Shapiro has to give
you know
a
what,
speech,
Democrats? We are the party of real freedom.
I said, close your eyes.
The kind of real freedom that comes when that child
But when
has
you
a
open your
great
eyes again,
public
look
school
at his
with
motion.
an awesome
The
teacher
back and forth
because we
swagger, that's the
believe
real
in her
swagger
future.
that he's imitating. Okay, the
Real
hand
freedom,
movement,
real freedom that comes when
with
we
the
invest
rhythm.
in the police and in the community, so
Okay.
that child can walk
That's
to
Obama.
and from school
That's
and get
Obama.
home safely to
I
her
know
mama.
this because I study Obama. I study
Real
Obama.
freedom,
You like
real
how I did
freedom
that, huh?
that comes
Yeah.
when she can join a union,
I'm the expert.
marry who she
Okay.
loves, start a family on her own terms, breathe clean air, drink pure water, worship how she wants, and live a life of purpose where she is respected for who she is.
But y'all solid.
Real
right?
freedom.
Okay.
Real freedom that comes when she can look at Madam President and know that this is a nation where anything and everything is possible. That is real freedom, and that is what we are fighting for. Kamala and Tim's names may be on the ballot, but it's your rights. It's our rights. It's our future and freedoms that are on the line. And you have the power to shape the future of this country. Just like our ancestors who fought for freedom on the battlefield and sat in at lunch counters so our kids could stand up.
Our kids?
Now,
Josh.
now it's on us.
Josh.
It's on us, my friends, to organize in our communities and on our For You pages around three basic American principles. We value our freedom. We cherish our democracy, and we love this country. And listen,
is we in the room with us?
we love this country. And listen, despite our challenges, hear me on this. I want you to know I have never been more hopeful because I see in all of you the enduring promise of America.
Is it?
E pluribus unum, out of many one. It's not merely a motto from the past, it's our direction for the future.
You put it on his phone and you lift it back.
You see, you all give me hope, and you all have the power. So let's use that power. Let's do the hard work necessary to win this election
It's
and
here with-
write the next chapter in our American story. So are you ready to protect our rights? Are you ready to secure our freedoms? And are you ready to defend our democracy?
I'm glad I don't believe in heaven.
And are you
I
ready
did. I knew I would
to
never
elect
do that.
Kamala Harris and Tim Walz? America, let's
Elect
get to
Kamala
work.
Harris. You got to drink. You got to mark off your bingo. Elect Kamala Harris. That's one of the things on the bingo.
Please welcome author, activist, and youngest presidential inaugural poet in American history, Amanda Gorman.
We like Amanda. Let's go for Amanda. Love. What you talking about? Go ahead, Amanda. To the baby. We love her. She was beautiful. She has a blue dress though, so drink.
We gather at this hallowed place because we believe in the American dream. We face a race that tests if this country we cherish shall perish from the earth, and if our earth shall perish from this country. It falls to us to ensure that we do not fall, for a people that cannot stand together cannot stand at all. We are one family, regardless of religion, class, or color. For what defines a patriot is not just our love of liberty, but our love for one another.
Get radical, Amanda. Come on. Come on. Give me nice shit and come on, drop it with it. Come on, Amanda. You got it in you.
This is loud in our country's call because while we all love freedom, it is love that frees us all.
It sure is. It sure is. You ain't lying.
Empathy emancipates, making us greater than hate or vanity. That is the American promise, powerful and pure. Divided, we cannot endure, but united, we can endeavor to humanize our democracy and endear democracy
Wait, let me
to
see.
humanity.
No, it's fight for our democracy and defend democracy. Not quite. Not quite.
And make no mistake, cohering is the hardest task history ever wrote. But tomorrow is not written by our odds of hardship, but by the audacity of our hope, by the vitality of our vote.
Yeah.
Only now,
That way
approaching
we get
this
you.
rare
No,
air,
it
are we
was.
aware that perhaps
Mother sister
the
said,
American
"I got
dream
you
is no
stretched."
dream at all, but instead a dare to dream together.
Woo.
Like a million roots tethered, branching up humbly, making one tree. This is our country from many, one from battles, won our freedoms,
That is
sung, our
Jamaica.
kingdom come has just
That is
begun.
The many one is Jamaica.
We redeem this sacred scene, ready for our journey from it. Together, we must birth this early republic and achieve an unearthly summit. Let us not just believe in the American dream, let us be worthy of it.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Woo. You're good. You're good. Meet the babies. You're good. My baby sister did good. Little sister did good. What is that?
There's a word I heard. The word is called freedom.
Oh, freedom.
Can you tell me what it means?
Oh, asking a white woman, white guy.
Let me think about that for a second.
Sister.
The spirit of freedom.
Oh, she got an answer. I know she got an answer. Come on.
For me? Oh, yeah. Freedom to me means choice.
The ability to laugh with friends.
Be who you want to be. Go where you want to go.
Living your life day to day, having new chapters in that life.
I believe in having your own words and being able to do what you want to.
The freedom to raise our family in healthy communities.
The idea that I can turn to my partner, my husband, and say I love you with every being of my soul.
Yes, baby.
Being able to start a family when I want to, being able to support the missions that I want to go to the church that I want to.
Not everyone has the same opportunities, but the United States is, of anywhere I've ever been, just the one place where you can accomplish more.
The big, fantastic thing about America is that it is the land of opportunity. I know it sounds trite, but it's the truth.
That sounds trite.
I grew up with a single mom, and she really imbued in me these qualities that you just really have to care about your neighbors and your family and your friends.
I feel like the American dream is having opportunities, having an opportunity to go to college if you want to, having an opportunity to get any job you can, no matter who you are or where you come from.
The American dream
is
about having the ability to make choices about your medical care and do whatever you want to do with your life without anybody telling you if it's good or not.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been talking with some folks who have said that the Democratic National Convention is not accessible, that people are struggling. It's not made for people that have physical disabilities and everything. Like, there's been a lot of complaints. People are writing about it. So that right there, fuck y'all.
Find a way to move forward under ugly and scary circumstances.
The work that lies ahead is to make America live up to its highest ideals. And, we're proud to go to work.
The work to build a better future really depends on all of us
Always leave the
coming together.
Unless it's a fucking
We have to bring back that respect for everyone.
I don't think we're as divided as we seem.
Let's come together as one big nation.
I feel like we are on the verge of something very amazing in this country.
It makes me want to fight for our children and future generations to ensure they have just as many, if not more, freedoms than we had.
I believe in a future where my mom can feel safe no matter where she is in the country.
A future that is filled with a healthy and vibrant planet, where families are not separated by fences or jail bars.
A future in which we all get what we need.
I want to see that for people who are younger than me.
Hopefully the kids I teach can chase their dreams and believe in what they want to be.
I want a future for him that he knows that he's covered and protected.
Everyone should think about what we can leave to the next generation. It's our responsibility. It's what we have to do.
My name's Tyler.
My name's Yvette.
And we believe in love.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kiara.
My name is Steven.
My name is Charlie. I'm a proud 7th-generation Texan.
I am from Waterford, Michigan, just north of Detroit.
I'm from East Tennessee.
And we believe in the American dream.
We believe in a better world for our child, and we believe in this country.
My name is Karen, and I believe in justice.
My name is Nancy.
My name is Thoreau.
My name is Jennings.
My name is Dana.
My name is Todd.
And we believe in freedom.
My name is Gina, and I believe in freedom.
My name is Pat, and I believe in the freedom to work together.
Please welcome Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, God. Oh, they done brought out Mother Sister. Oh! She always wears purple, so we ain't got to worry about that. Wow. Oprah. I don't know how y'all know how I feel about Oprah.
Good evening, everybody!
Oh, boy.
Who says you can't go home again?
That sounds home. That's a queen.
After watching the Obamas last night, that was some epic fire, wasn't it? Some epic fire. We're now so fired up. We can't wait to leave here and do something.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States. I am so honored to have been asked to speak on tonight's theme about what matters most to me, to you, and all of us Americans: freedom.
Freedom they're talking a lot about today.
There are people who want you to see our country as a nation of us against them. People who want to scare you, who want to rule you. People who have you believe that books are dangerous.
It's just like about 3
and assault rifles are safe.
I get it.
That there's a right way to worship and a wrong way to love. People who seek first to divide and then
a very good
to
public
conquer.
speaker, by the way.
But here's the thing. When we stand together, it is impossible to conquer us.
I'm going to be writing this people.
In the words of an extraordinary American, the late Congressman John Lewis.
Oh, he never bring him here. He's like, nah.
He said, no matter what ship our ancestors arrived on, we are all in the same boat now. Congressman Lewis knew very well how far this country has come,
public speaker,
because he was one of the brilliant Americans who helped to get us where we are.
So that's why she was able to be a successful talk show host, right?
The work will never be done because freedom isn't free.
Charismatic.
America is an ongoing project. It requires commitment. It requires being open to the hard work and the heart work of democracy. And every now and then, it requires standing up to life's bullies. I know this. I've lived in Mississippi, in Tennessee, in Wisconsin, Maryland, Indiana, Florida, Hawaii, Colorado, California, and and sweet home Chicago, Illinois. I have actually traveled this country from the redwood forests, love those redwoods, to the Gulf Stream waters. I've seen racism and sexism and income inequality and division. I've not only seen it, at times I've been on the receiving end of it.
When she was trying to buy that Hermes bag, remember?
What I've witnessed and experienced are human beings, both conservative and liberal, who may not agree with each other, but who'd still help you in a heartbeat if you were in trouble. These are the people who make me proud to say that I am an American.
Messy. This is not me.
They are the best of America. And despite what some would have you think,
messy.
We are not so different from our neighbors. When a house is on fire, we don't ask about the homeowner's race or religion. We don't wonder who their partner is or how they voted. No, we just try to do the best we can to save them. And if the place happens to belong to a childless cat lady,
like you, I would love for him to not that. Listen, he looks like he knows how to do what he do.
Well, we try to get that cat out too.
Let me call me.
Because we are a country of people who work hard for the money. We wish our brothers and sisters well, and we pray for peace. We know all the old tricks and tropes that are designed to distract us from what actually matters.
Oprah.
But we are beyond ridiculous tweets and lies and foolery.
These wasn't on the list, y'all.
Complicated times, people, and they require adult conversation. And I welcome those conversations because civilized debate is vital to democracy, and it is the best of America.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. I think I found the updated one.
Now, over
She
the
wasn't on the
last
list. I would have
couple of
said
nights,
Oprah, y'all.
we have all seen brave people walk onto the stage and share their most private pain.
She was a secret. Oprah
Amanda and Josh. Caitlin,
Nobody has her.
Hadley. They told us their stories of
Nobody has
rape
her.
and incest and near-death experiences from having the state deny them the abortion that their doctor explained was medically necessary. And they've told us these things for one reason, and that is to keep what happened to them from happening to anybody else. Because if you do not have autonomy.
Okay, hold on. Here's the lineup. Because we had Amanda Gorman, then they brought Oprah, Les Moore, Pete Buttigieg, John Legend and Sheila E., Amy Klobuchar, a student of Tim Walz, and then Tim Walz. So y'all, we got about at least another hour, but we're gonna do this, all right? We're gonna do this.
Men who are battling to keep us from going back to a time of desperation and shame and stone cold fear. They are the new freedom fighters. And make no mistake, they are the best of America. I want to talk now.
They're probably going to do a Prince
somebody
kind of
who's not with us
thing.
tonight.
It is, for Minneapolis. That's why everybody's wearing purple.
Was born in New Orleans, not long after the Supreme Court ruled that segregated public schools were unconstitutional. That was in 1954, same year I was born.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to head to first grade.
Yeah, Westmore.
McDonough 19 school with a U.S. Marshal by my side like Tessie did. And when I got to school, the building wasn't empty like it was with Tessie. You see, rather than allowing McDonough to be integrated, parents pulled their kids out of the school, leaving only Tessie and two other little black girls, Gail Etienne and Leona Tate, to sit in a classroom with the windows papered over to block snipers from attacking
Oh, that sucks. John is a friend of mine.
Tessie passed away.
I was like the first person who was selling John's music for him.
And I tell this story to honor her tonight. Because
I'd be sitting there with the CDs, like, trying to get people to buy them. John is kind of radical,
like Ruby Bridges
and
her friends, Leona and Gail, the New Orleans Four, they were called. They broke barriers.
Also,
they paid dearly for it.
The vent in my office,
but it was the grace and guts and courage of women like Tessie Prevost Williams that paved the way for another young girl who 9 years later became part of the second class to integrate the public schools in Berkeley, California.
Why are we talking about?
And it seems to me
right now
that at school and at home, somebody did a beautiful job of showing this young girl how to challenge the people at the top and empower the people at the bottom. They showed her how to look at the world and see not just what is, but what can be. They instilled in her a passion for justice and freedom and the glorious fighting spirit necessary to pursue that passion. And soon,
a lot of people in the chat, a lot of you haven't said anything. Send us an emoji or something. Let us know you're here. Oh, somebody crying in the crowd. You got a drink.
We're going to be teaching our daughters and sons about how this child of an Indian mother and a Jamaican father, two idealistic, energetic immigrants.
We're crying over
immigrants.
Oprah. Love this woman. Celebrity
how
worship,
this child grew up to become the 47th president of the United States. That is the best of America.
So wait, you think Tyler Perry got a spot too? Was just hide up in there? Your guess is as good as mine. You're my white woman.
You know. Let me tell you this. This election isn't about us and them. It's about you and me. And what we want our futures to look like. There are choices to be made when we cast our ballot. Now, there's a certain candidate that says if we just go to the polls this one time,
like I said, let us know you're here.
That we'll never have to do it again. Well, you know what?
To you too.
You're looking at a registered independent who's proud to vote again and again and again because I'm an American and that's what Americans do. Voting is the best of America. And I have always, since I was eligible to vote, I've always voted my values. And that is what is needed in this election now more than ever. So I'm calling on all you independents.
She's going to vote to protect
and
her
all you undecideds.
I'm not undecided.
You know this is true.
I know what side I'm on. I'm on freedom side.
I'm telling you the truth. That values and character matter most of all. In leadership and in life. And more than anything, you know this is true. The decency
We're about five
on the ballot in 2024.
5 away from Walz. You know how we do after the main person. I cut it off. We got 5 away from Walz.
And just plain common sense. Common sense tells you that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz can give us decency and respect. They're the ones that give it to us.
Absolutely.
So, we are Americans.
Thank you for saying that.
We are Americans. Let us choose loyalty to the Constitution over loyalty to any individual.
The Constitution that says
because that's the best of America. And let us choose optimism over cynicism because that's the best of America. And let us choose inclusion over retribution. Let us choose common sense
we all are.
over nonsense.
We all are. That's why we're here.
Because that's the best of America.
What was this one? What did she say?
And let us choose the sweet promise of tomorrow over the bitter return to yesterday.
Ooh.
We won't go back.
That is king.
We won't be set back, pushed back, bullied back, kicked back. We're not going back.
Oh, we're not going back. Take a drink. Mark off your bingo card.
Not going back. We're not going back.
If you're coming in to Instagram, come join us over on YouTube. We got a good going in the chat over here. YouTube.com, Feminista Jones, live button. We're live tonight. Join us. And for those of you who love this and love this community, we're about $2 towards me. I got my PayPal. my Venmo and my
because
Cash App.
that's the best of America.
We're gonna
But
do
more than anything else, let us choose freedom. Why?
Thank you so much. I appreciate
because
everybody.
that's the best of America. We're all Americans, and together, let's all choose Kamala Harris. Thank you, Chicago. Thank you.
Not going back. All right, y'all. I'm about to go run and top off my drink. I'll be right back. Give me back a minute. All right.
Here's what I want people to know about Tim Walz.
Well, everybody at Mankato West High School loved Tim Walz.
Yeah, I mean, Tim was jovial.
When he would start teaching, it was like full contact teaching. You could not help but be interested in what he was talking about.
He seemed to care about everybody in his class.
He knew everyone's name.
He wanted to know what interested you, how to engage you, what you were excited about, what you're feeling bad about.
Mr. Walz was my geography and social studies teacher.
Mr. Walz was my football coach.
My middle school basketball coach, when we were doing the high school play The Nerd, he was the person building the sets.
I don't think that there has ever been a moment where I've seen Tim exhausted from giving or engaging. He always seems like that person that's got the never-ending gas tank who can keep going.
When I decided to come out as gay, we started the Gay Straight Alliance. Tim Walz was the faculty advisor.
We saw him not only as a teacher, but a mentor and a leader.
Mr. Walz was a really big part in helping build this community. And he's a big reason why I became a teacher myself. It was inspiring being in his classroom.
Please welcome Maryland Governor Wes Moore.
Thank you. Thank you. On March 26th, at 1:30 in the morning, a container ship the length of 3 football fields slammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, and the bridge collapsed. A port that drives 13% of our state's economy was now closed. Thousands of workers were hours away from waking up and realizing they no longer had a job. 6 Marylanders who had been on the bridge in the middle of the night fixing potholes lost their lives. And one of the first phone calls that I got that morning started with these 3 words. Gov, it's Kamala. She said, I know you spoke to the president, and I want you to know we are here with you every step of the way. Now, I joined the Army when I was 17. In fact, I was too young to sign the paperwork.
What I miss?
I had to ask my mom to sign the paperwork for me because I don't have bone spurs.
Oh. Right on the table. Oh, shit. Awesome.
I led soldiers in combat in Afghanistan.
Ooh. You know, it's okay. I'm sorry. So Tim Walz has come under fire for
my training taught me
and so it's
that
kind of
you
weird.
Never learn anything about anybody when times are easy.
You get it?
You learn everything you need to know about somebody when times are hard and when the temperature gets turned up. And America, I saw that Kamala Harris is the right one to lead in this moment firsthand.
Wes is going to run next, then AOC.
And united with the Almighty God's grace, we brought closure to the families of the 6 victims. And while many said it could take 11 months to
Yes.
reopen the port
Yes.
of Baltimore.
Always the
We
fucking
got
circle.
it done in 11 weeks. Because that is the story of America. We are a nation of patriots who serve when the mission is hard and who serve when the destination is uncertain.
He's auditioning
And I know
too,
our
like
history
AOC
isn't
was.
perfect.
This is an audition.
The unevenness of the American journey has made some skeptical. But I'm not asking you to give up your skepticism. I
Thank you,
just want
Amanda.
that skepticism to be your companion and not your captor.
Hold on, one of my cats wants to come in.
And I'm asking that you join us in the work. Because making America great doesn't mean telling people you're not wanted. And loving your country does not mean lying about its history.
You ain't lying. Ooh, oh, you talking about we ain't gonna lie about the history. All right, Wes, what you about to say?
Making America great means saying the ambitions of this country would be incomplete without your help. It's the legacy of those 6 workers who fixed potholes on a bridge while we slept.
Rest in peace.
Who were born in a different country, but who knew that America was big enough for them too.
Rest in peace. We didn't deserve none of that.
It's the journey. It's the journey of a man raised by a remarkable immigrant single mom, a man who felt handcuffs on his wrist at 11 years old, who now stands before you as the 63rd governor of Maryland and the first Black governor in the history of our state.
I have one too, but I can't share it with you. I might share it with my Instagram subscribers. Thank you, Angela, for the
It's the story.
Yes, I appreciate that.
It's the story of a prosecutor who defended our freedoms and had Maryland's back when we needed it most. And now, MVP, we've got your back as well.
Is that great? Is Drake in the program?
That's right. It's my fellow veteran, my brother, and the next Vice President of the United States, Tim Walz.
Fellow veteran.
And now, Tim knows that in the military, you count the days towards mission completion.
All right.
So guess what, y'all? We have got 75 days and a wake up until Election Day.
They're going to remind you of the days. Wasn't it just like 90 the other day?
75 days and a wake up for us to
90.
prove what Americans can do when the pressure is on.
All right, Booty Juice.
75 days and a wake up for
And
us
then
to
we
show
have a musical
that
number
true
by John
patriots do not whine and complain. We put our heads down and we get to work. 75 days and a wake up to build a future that those who came before us hope for, and those who come after us that they deserve. And 75 days and a wake up to elect a leader who is willing to believe in the best of us, and that leader is Kamala Harris, the next president of the United States. Thank you, God bless you, and let's leave no one behind.
This is my fourth grade cookie shoot since I've been sitting here. I texted my son to bring me some more.
Please welcome former South Bend,
doing
Indiana
all right.
Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
Buttigieg! Buttigieg! I like him. I like him. I like him.
Thank you. Good evening, Democrats. Thank you, Chicago. Here's a sentence I never thought I'd hear myself saying. I'm Pete Buttigieg, and you might recognize me from Fox News.
He could be going on there fighting with some motherfuckers now. He be shutting them down too.
I believe in going anywhere,
We do not.
in service of a good cause, and friends, we
Buttigieg
gather
got
in a
me
very
money
good
back
cause,
on a delayed
electing
flight,
Kamala
okay?
Harris and Tim
That's
Walz
my
the
man.
next president and vice president of the United States. The choice could not be clearer. Donald Trump rants about law and order as if he wasn't a convicted criminal running against a prosecutor. As if we were going to forget that crime was higher on his watch. Talks about the forgotten man, hoping we'll forget that the only economic promise that he actually kept was to cut taxes for the rich.
All right, y'all. So,
and don't even get me started on his new running mate.
We know they don't. The teleprompters aren't working. Most people are bringing their speakers on the street. He hasn't looked down yet.
At least
Mike what that
Pence
tells us is that he is
polite.
freestyling this. He's got talking points in his head. He remembered where to
J.D.
go.
Vance is one of those guys who thinks if you don't live the life that he has in mind for you, then you don't count.
He's a good public speaker. He gives
someone who said that if you don't have
in
kids,
his mind,
you have, quote, no physical commitment to the future of this country. You know, Senator, when I deployed to Afghanistan, I didn't have kids then. Many of the men and women who went outside the wire with me didn't have kids either. But let me tell you, our commitment to the future of this country was pretty damn
Get him! But he came for you and your family. You're too beautiful to your husband. He came for you because you weren't a parent. Get his dad.
Choosing a guy like J.D. Vance to be America's next vice president sends a message. And the message is that they are doubling down on negativity and grievance. Committing to a concept of campaigning best summed up in one word.
Yeah,
darkness.
He hasn't looked down once.
Darkness is what they are selling. The thing is, I just don't believe that America today is in the market for darkness.
How many drugs are you doing tonight? I thought I was bad.
I believe America is ready for a better kind of politics.
Wait, what? What is this?
Yes, politics at its worst can be ugly, crushing, demeaning, but it doesn't have to be. At its best, politics can be empowering, uplifting. It can even be a kind of soul craft. My faith teaches me that the world isn't made up of good people and bad people, but rather that each of us is capable of good and bad things.
Thanks for checking in,
and I believe leaders matter because of what they bring out in each of us, the good or the bad.
Everybody welcome Jennifer to the chat.
Right now, the other side is appealing to what is smallest within you. They're telling you that greatness comes from going back to the past.
No, he's going to be the first gay president.
They're telling you that anyone different from you is a threat. They're telling you that your neighbor or nephew or daughter who disagrees with you politically isn't just wrong, but is now the enemy.
You know it's coming.
I believe in a better politics, one that finds us at our most decent and open and brave. The kind of politics that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are offering. And as you have felt these many days, that kind of politics also just feels better to be part of.
He should have been the VP. They couldn't put
there is joy in it, as well
a white man.
As power.
They had to pick a.
If all of that sounds naive, let me insist that I have come to this view not by way of idealism, but by way of experience.
Vice president.
Not just the experience of my unlikely career. Someone like me serving in Indiana, serving in Washington, serving in uniform.
One of the last Jennifers on the planet, right?
I'm thinking of something much more basic. I'm thinking of dinner time at our house in Michigan.
What's the whole thing? I'll go follow Jennifer.
When the dog is barking and the air fryer is beeping and the mac and cheese is boiling over, And it feels like all the political negotiating experience in the world is not enough for me to get our 3-year-old son and our 3-year-old daughter to just wash their hands and sit at the table.
I know that's him and his husband.
It's the part of our day when politics seems the most distant. And yet the makeup of our kitchen table, the existence of my family, is just one example of something that was literally impossible. As recently as 25 years ago, when an anxious teenager growing up in Indiana wondered if he would ever find belonging in this world. This kind of life went from impossible to real, from real to almost ordinary in less than half a lifetime.
It is.
But that didn't just happen. It was brought about through idealism and courage, through organizing and persuasion and storytelling, and yes, through politics, the right kind of politics. The kind of politics that can make an impossible dream into an everyday reality.
Booty juice makes.
I don't presume to know what it's like in your kitchen, but I know, as sure as I am standing here, that everything in it, the bills you pay at that table, the shape of the family that sits there, the fears and the dreams that you talk about late into the night there, all of it compels us to demand more from our politics than a rerun of some TV wrestling death match.
I know that's right. Oh, you better.
So this November, we get to choose. We get to choose our president. We get to choose our policies, but most of all, we will choose a better politics. A politics that calls us to our better selves and offers us a better everyday. That is what Kamala Harris and Tim Walz represents. That is what Democrats represent. That is what awaits us when America decides to end Trump's politics of darkness once and for all. That is what we choose when we embrace the leaders who are out there building bridges and reject the ones who are out there banning books. This is what we will work for every day to November and beyond. So let's go win this. Thank you, Democrats. Thank you.
Like you. That's like you. That's like you. I'm telling you, Pete's on deck. Pete's on deck. Pete's on deck.
Seeing Governor Walz going to Congress and then becoming governor, I see the guy that was a first sergeant. I see a guy that's full of energy, always busy. And like he says, you get enough time to sleep when you're dead.
I first met Governor Walz and Congressman Walz when I was transitioning out of the Marine Corps, going back to school. He really wanted to know what the experience was of those that were actually using the GI Bill and how it could be improved. It seemed to be a continuation of focus on improving the lives of veterans.
Governor Walz in our unit always would say his catchphrase was, "We'll get it done." And we always did.
The way I've seen him carry himself over the years in Congress and the way he works for veterans, there's no excuse making, there's no scapegoating. It's just accomplished the mission.
Governor Walz has been that way and always will be that way.
But where he's been,
Governor Walz on the House Veteran Affairs Committee was instrumental in getting the post 9/11 GI Bill not only introduced but also passed.
When Governor Walz wants change, it'll happen. Back to the guard.
You know, he's really trying to get us high-speed rail. He's doing all these things. I really like him. He's a
Please welcome EGOT winning multi-platinum artist and activist John Legend and Queen of Percussion Sheila E.
You can look. I know you put the pretend stuff. I know y'all. We're gathered here today to get to this thing called life. If you don't like the world you're living in, take a look around. At least you got brains.
She called old lady for a friendly word. She picked up the phone, dropped it on the floor. That's all I heard. Now we gonna let the elevator break down. Let's go nuts. Let's go for the purple banana. Tell them put us in the truck. Let's go! Woo! We're all excited, but we don't know why. Maybe it's good. We're all gonna die. And what we do? Oh, what's it all for? You better get it now before the people come out. You know break us down. Go, let's go! Let's go nuts. Let's go for the purple banana till they put us in the truck. Let's go! Oh, baby, let's get nuts! Get nuts with me. Come on. Real good. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna let the elevator break us down. Let's go. Put your hands together.
Why is he slapping on the 1 and the 3? Everything will be all right. Everything will go wrong.
Hey, tough children.
He's coming.
He's coming. He's coming. Yeah. 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 Let's go!
Real quick. John is a really, like, he is one radical. I know him personally. He does a lot. He's from Ohio. He went to school in Pennsylvania. He's got connections in Richmond. Both. He really does do what he needs to do. And because those are swing states, he comes through. Listen, shout out to John Legend. John Legend has been threatened to be canceled because of some of his political views, okay? Like, he really is, you know, he's left of Kamala.
That was incredible.
It was.
I feel
they tried
so
to get me. They tried to trap me.
Tonight.
You see it.
It's like never
trying
been more
to get
clear
me.
that if Kamala Harris and Tim Walz
Trying to
are elected
get me.
this November, they're going to protect our freedoms. The freedom to read whatever books you want.
And then they go back to
the freedom to work one job and afford your rent. And Kamala Harris and Tim Walz will protect your freedom to start a family on your own terms. And if you ask me, that is something worth fighting for. So guys, let's do it. It's time. Let's nominate the next Vice President of the United States, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. And to take us there, please welcome to the stage, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar.
And then one of his students, and then he's coming. All right, so we got 3 more, y'all. Let's hold on. It's kind of early because we was on the midnight before. We got Amy, student, and Walz for about a half hour though. Let's hold on. All right, we're gonna do this till midnight, everybody. All right, come join us on
that
YouTube.
Was a warm-up act.
My Instagram post, come on over to YouTube and join us.
Of the great state of Minnesota,
no,
where purple reigns, I stand before you in support of our next Vice President, Tim Walz. In Minnesota, we trust a coach who turned a team that was 0-27 into state champions.
I'll be on the straight and
in
narrow,
Minnesota,
and go to the mess.
We trust a hunter who has stood in a deer stand in 10-degree weather.
Wait, what?
In Minnesota, we trust a candidate who has made a viral video on how to change a burnt out headlight. And
Prince
I
would not
know
want his music
we
for
aren't
any of this shit,
alone.
by the way.
But in Minnesota, we love a
We love
dad
loyalty.
in
We love
plaid.
loyalty. Thank you for sticking around. Ooh, I think I've been having a hot flash, y'all. I don't know.
So Tim and I go way back. He taught high school right down the road from where my husband John grew up. My mother-in-law even brought him and Gwen a Parmesan chicken dinner when their son was born. That's what we do in America. We look out for our neighbors. Tim has been doing that his whole life, on the farm and in the factory, with his students and his fellow service members. And the truth is, that matters. Who better to take on the price of gas than a guy who could pull over to help change your tire? Who better to serve
They
our
really
nation
want to make
than
him.
a guy who has served
They
in
really
uniform?
want to make sure that Tim is.
Who better to find
across
common
as an
ground
all-American
than a guy
right?
with Midwestern
Kamala
common
Harris,
sense?
While she is half, African,
A former
and
football
half
coach
Indian, right?
knows how to level the playing
She
field.
is also
And a
crazy
former
educated,
public
right?
school teacher
Uppity Negro.
knows how to school the
So
likes
now
of
that
J.D.
they realize
Vance.
that, they bring in a more all-American guy, school teacher, military, National Guard type guy.
What you've done
all around,
with your
don't
life
got no money.
matters.
They did a network thing.
And
They
what you
ain't got
do
no
with
money.
power matters
But
too.
he's
Tim
well
has
loved.
delivered
So
paid
they brought
leave,
him in because
school
she
lunches,
is high above
and the biggest tax cut in
They brought
Minnesota
him in
history.
to give that all-American guy thing. It's all
A Democrat
Twitter, it's whatever.
from a
They
red
did not. They were
district
not
in a
cool because they
purple
ain't really
state.
talk much
Tim
before
has
this.
brought Minnesota
But
together. And
that's who
together
they-
with
that's
Vice
who
President
did.
Kamala
So,
Harris,
this
I
is
know he
now-
will do the
and
same for
Kamala
our
Harris had no
nation.
choice of who was going to be that person that was decided by the Democratic National
America,
Conference, and that's it.
there
That's
is
it.
so much that we share, so much that connects us. Way up north in Minnesota, out of Lake Itasca,
Okay, thank you for
flows
letting me
the
know.
Mississippi River. It starts small and it grows wider. It flows down to Wisconsin and to Iowa. It goes down to Illinois
For any black people,
and to Missouri.
for any black people, it's really, like, it really is like they hate an uppity Negro. They want us to stay in our place.
It goes to Arkansas, and it goes way down to Mississippi, and then it goes all the way down to New Orleans, Louisiana, where the spirit of our nation's resilience abounds. So let us commit here and now.
Louisiana also has the highest incarceration rate in the country. Okay.
To get to a higher ground. And let us join together to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz.
All right, we got to get a student, and then we get Timmy. No one knows. No one knows. No one knows.
Please welcome Ben Ingman from Minnesota.
Tim Walz is
Oh,
the kind
no.
of guy you can count on to
So
push
it's
you
the
out of a
football
snowbank.
shit.
I know this because Tim Walz has pushed me out of
Probably.
a snowbank. I
You're
grew
gonna
up
turn
next
Tim
door
Walz into Chuck Norris.
to the Walzes in Mankato. Mr. Walz was also my geography teacher and my coach. Not for high school football, but for 7th grade basketball and track. So what was a high school football coach doing, coaching 7th grade basketball and track? Well, there was a kid in the high school who couldn't afford to pay for lunch, and he ran up a lot of debt.
Yeah, here we go.
And Tim and Gwen decided they'd help pay it off.
Oh, look at
They started calling around the district to see if there were any positions they could fill to make a little extra money. And that's how he wound up coaching us 7th graders. That's right. Coach Walz got us excited about what we might achieve together.
He has. And there's a picture.
He believed in us,
and
he helped us believe in each other. And his leadership stuck. That track team went on to win a state title, just like the football team. That's right. Speaking of which, come on out, Scarlets. Yeah.
What's happening right now? Oh boy. All his past football players. Oh, that is so nice. You guys, that is actually really nice. Oh, this is great, y'all. No, they brought out all these people that need coach football over the year. No, that's love, y'all. That's kind of pretty. Good night, good night, good night. Shout out to you. Yes, we here, girl. We here every night. Every night. 9 o'clock. I like this, y'all. I do. Maybe because they have the same colors at my high school. Maybe because I work with Rutgers now. I'm a Charlotte. I don't know. I like this. This is nice. Nice. Good night, babe. He's not going to stick around for his speech. Come on, hold on.
You know, all this got me thinking about the kinds of leaders we need. We want the people in charge to be genuine, compassionate, and trustworthy. The thing is, there are people in our neighborhoods who fit this description. The kind of people who display quiet leadership by helping kids pay for their lunches, by bringing teams together to believe in each other. And when we're stuck in the snow, they push us out. Well, in my neighborhood, we always wish that people like that would run for office. Well, in my neighborhood, someone like that did run for office. And he's going to be a wonderful vice president. Thanks very much.
Y'all are not even going to stay for the main event? What's going on?
Out here in the wide open spaces, we are reminded of the values we share: a commitment to community, country, and standing up for what's right. Tim Walz grew up in a small town in Nebraska where he spent summers working the family farm. There were just 24 students in his graduating class. His dad served during the Korean War, and that meant a lot to Tim. So he enlisted right after his 17th birthday and served 24 years in the National Guard, rising to Command Sergeant Major. Tim went to college on the GI Bill and became a social studies teacher. That's where Tim and I met. We shared a classroom with a divider right down the middle. His classroom was a lot louder than mine, but I could hear how engaged his students were. Tim taught for over 15 years, and he coached football, helping lead the team to a state championship after 0 wins just a few years before. Tim taught them how to believe in themselves and that we're all in this together. When one of our students started the school's Gay Straight Alliance, Tim agreed to serve as faculty advisor because he knew how impactful it would be to have a football coach involved. He inspired his students, and he changed lives.
It's just so joyful and never.
Is this better? Is this better? I'm so sorry. I was just saying that, at the military section, they really have to do some reworking because he's being attacked for lying about his service. And so they've got to do some reworking on that to make sure that, people don't write him off as someone who lied about his military service. So that's what's going on.
That's why he fought for the largest tax cut in Minnesota state history.
but Tim Walz was there for small businesses like ours.
With the urging of Governor Walz, we were able to pass the Alex Smith Insulin Affordability Act, and it has saved lives in Minnesota.
With Tim as governor,
they really love focusing on this damn insulin.
To raise a family and one of the best states for business. Tim's a lifelong hunter and gun owner.
Why are kids paying for lunch? That's a good question.
But after the Sandy Hook school shooting, he
Look at his
knew that
face.
we had to do something. So he
Look at his face.
red flag laws. But of all the things he's done, Tim loves being a dad. We struggled to have kids, and fertility treatments made it possible. There's a reason our daughter is named Hope. Hope and Gus mean the world to us.
Governor Walz making good on a promise to his son and family yesterday by getting them a puppy.
Then we're going to go get some food, corn dog.
I'm vegetarian.
Turkey then. And
Turkey's meat.
Not in Minnesota, turkey special.
He's as at home on a farm, a fishing boat, a football field, or a factory floor as he is on the floor of Congress. Tim's commitment to service all comes back to the values we grew up with. Love your country. Help your neighbor.
Like, they don't need to play that shit up. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like, just be who you are. You've done actually a lot of good things. Play those up.
The other, a son of the Nebraska Plains, only in America. Is it possible for them together to make it all the way to the White House?
Here we go.
Please welcome the Democratic nominee for Vice President, Governor Tim Walz.
I was born in a small town.
I was born in a small town. In a small town.
Wow. Thank you.
Check your bingo card. We have some stuff for Tim Walz. Tim Walz turns red. Tim Walz starts to cry. Check and see if you got bingo soon.
Thank you. Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you, first of all, to Vice President Harris. Thanks for putting your trust in me and for inviting me to be part of this incredible campaign. And a thank you to President Joe Biden for 4 years of strong, historic leadership. It's the honor of my life to accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States. We're all here tonight for one beautiful, simple reason. We love this country. So thank you.
Some people do, not all of us.
And all of you watching at home tonight, thank you for your passion. Thank you for your determination. And most of all, thank you for bringing the joy to this fight.
Me too. I've been waiting for that. Yeah.
Now, I grew up in Butte, Nebraska, a town of 400 people. I had 24 kids in my high school class.
We know.
And none of them went to Yale.
Nothing wrong with going to Yale.
Growing up in a small town like that, you learn how to take care of each other. That family down the road, they may not think like you do. They may not pray like you do. They may not love like you do.
Coach Walz, right there in the background.
You look out for them, and they look out for you. Everybody belongs, and everybody has a responsibility to contribute. For me, it was serving in the Army National Guard. I joined up 2 days after my 17th birthday. Proudly wore our nation's uniform for 24 years. My dad, a veteran, died of lung cancer a couple years later. He left behind a mountain of medical debt. Thank God for Social Security survivor benefits. And thank God for the GI Bill that allowed my dad and me to go to college, and millions of other Americans. Eventually, like the rest of my family, I fell in love with teaching.
Welcome, Benjamin. First comment, it looks like.
3 out of 4 of us married teachers. I
just said that we love that
teaching social studies and coaching football at Mankato West High School. Go Scarlets. We ran a 44 defense. We played through to the whistle on every single play, we even won a state championship.
That part.
Never closed the yearbook, people. But it was those players and my students who inspired me to run for Congress.
Maybe that's the tactic to get Black men in. A lot of them had that experience as military folks.
Common good, an understanding that we're all in this together, and the belief that a single person can make a real difference for their neighbors. So there I was, a 40-something high school teacher with little kids, 0 political experience, and no money, running in a deep red district.
Because he don't have no money.
But you know what? Never underestimate a public school teacher. Never.
Yep. That's gonna reach a lot of people, y'all.
Congress for 12 years, and I learned an awful lot. I learned how to work across the aisle on issues like growing the rural economies and taking care of veterans. And I learned how to compromise without compromising my values. Then I came back to serve as governor, and we got right.
But you also understand why he doesn't work for president, right?
Taxes for
he got no money.
We passed paid family and medical leave. We invested in fighting crime and affordable housing. We cut the cost of prescription drugs and helped people escape the kind of medical debt that nearly sank my family. And we made sure that every kid in our state gets breakfast and lunch every day.
Amazing.
So while other states were banning books from their schools, we were banishing hunger from ours.
Okay.
We also protected reproductive freedom because in Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make. And even if we wouldn't make those same choices for ourselves, we've got a golden rule. Mind your own damn business.
That's been a big thing for him.
And that includes IVF and fertility treatments. And this is personal for Gwen and I. If you've never experienced the hell that is infertility, I guarantee you, you know somebody who has. And I can remember praying each night for a phone call. The pit in your stomach when the phone would ring, and the absolute agony when we heard the treatments hadn't worked. It took Gwen and I years, but we had access to fertility.
Y'all welcome Angelica.
When our daughter was born, we named her Hope.
That's how I usually feel.
Hope,
I put on my TV and I
Gus,
set on the phone.
and
All
Gwen,
right.
you are my entire world, and I love you.
Somebody crying. Take a shot. Take a drink.
I'm letting you in.
That's my dad. Look at him.
We started a family because this is a big part about what this election is about. Freedom. When Republicans use the word freedom, they mean that the government should be free to invade your doctor's office. Corporations free to pollute your air and water. And
that reminds y'all that I have the same birthday.
But when we Democrats talk about freedom, we mean the freedom to make a better life for yourself and the people that you love. Freedom to make your own healthcare decisions. And yeah, your kids' freedom to go to school without worrying about being shot dead in the hall. Look, I know guns. I'm a veteran. I'm a hunter. And I was a better shot than most Republicans in Congress, and I got the trophies to prove it.
This is such a good move for them because they got to win the gun owners like me.
So a dad. I believe in the Second Amendment, but I also believe our first responsibility is to keep
major.
That's what this is all about. The responsibility we have to our kids, to each other, and to the future that we're building together, in which everyone is free to build the kind of life they want.
That's October surprise. We're going to get video of him delivering a baby. That's it.
Some folks just don't understand what it takes to be a good neighbor. Take Donald Trump and J.D. Vance.
Look.
Their Project 2025 will make things much, much harder for people who are just trying to live their lives. They spent a lot of time pretending they know nothing about this. But look, I coached high school football long enough to know, and trust me on this, when somebody takes the time to draw up a playbook, they're going to use it. And we know if these guys get back in the White House, they'll start jacking up the costs on the middle class. They'll repeal the Affordable Care Act. They'll gut Social Security and Medicare.
They might.
And they will ban abortion across this country with or without Congress. Here's the thing. It's an agenda nobody asked for. It's an agenda that serves nobody except the richest and the most extreme amongst us.
He is serving Aries right now, and I love it.
It's an agenda that does nothing for our neighbors in need. Is it weird? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Weird.
But it's also wrong.
Weird. Go ahead and drink.
It's not just me saying so. It's Trump's own people. They were with him for 4 years. They're warning us.
I've been telling people we've been here every night. Let's do it. Let's go.
You know, when I was teaching every year, we'd elect a student body president. And you know what? Those teenagers could teach Donald Trump a hell of a lot about what a leader is. Leaders don't spend all day insulting people and blaming others. Leaders do the work. So I don't know about you. I'm ready to turn the page on these guys. So go ahead. Say it with me. We're not going back.
Drink or mark your bingo card because they're chanting.
We've got something better to offer the American people. It starts with our candidate, Kamala Harris. From her first day as a prosecutor, as a district attorney, as an attorney general, as a United States senator, and then our vice president, she's fought on the side of the American people.
We got our first speaker!
Fraudsters. She's taken down the transnational gangs, and she stood up to powerful corporate interests. She has never hesitated to reach across that aisle if it meant improving your lives. And she's always done it with energy, with passion, and with joy. Folks,
did anybody figure out where the choice came from?
Harris, the next president of the United States. But I think we owe it to the American people to tell them exactly what she'd do.
She's giving men, especially white men, something to vote for because they were not going to vote for that goddamn freaking. They were not. They were not.
If you're a middle-class family or a family trying to get into the middle class, Kamala Harris is going to cut your taxes. If you're getting squeezed by prescription drug prices, Kamala Harris is going to take on Big Pharma. If you're hoping to buy a home, Kamala Harris is going to help make it more affordable. And no matter who you are, Kamala Harris is going to stand up and fight for your freedom to live the life that you want to lead. Because that's what we want for ourselves, and it's what we want for our neighbors.
Nikki on Instagram.
You know,
Nikki has been on Instagram with us. She says, I'm so confused by this. We all are, girl. Come on.
But I have given a lot of pep talks. So let me finish with this.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's the border. We're down a field goal, but we're on offense and we've got the ball. We're driving down the field. And boy, do we have the right team. Kamala Harris is tough. Kamala Harris is experienced, and Kamala Harris is ready. Our job for everyone watching is to get in the trenches and do the blocking and tackling. 1 inch at a time, 1 yard at a time, 1 phone call at a time, 1 door knock at a time, 1 $5 donation at a time.
$1 donation at a time. $1 donation at a time. This is so smart.
26 days. That's nothing. There'll be time to sleep when you're dead. We're going to leave it on the field.
That is such an Aries thing to say.
That's how we'll keep moving forward. That's how we'll turn the page on Donald Trump. That's how we'll build a country where workers come first. Healthcare and housing are human rights. And the government stays the hell out of your bedroom.
That's why that's a good talk.
America, a place where no child is left hungry, where no community is left behind, where nobody.
Say hi to Maureen, yo. First comment. Welcome, Maureen. We love you.
And as the next president of the United States always says, when we fight, when we fight, thank you. God bless.
God bless. When we fight, we win, and God bless. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna wind it up because I gotta piss. Here's what I'll say. That was a fantastic speech. That is a great speech. I'm not saying that because I'm biased because it's an interesting Aries like me. That was a fantastic speech. Part of the passion and the fire that we have as Aries is what makes us really great public speakers. We are engaging with the audience. That's a fantastic speech. Booty Juice had a great speech tonight. I really love him. It's unfortunate that he's homosexual and they will not push him forward. No, it's not unfortunate that he's homosexual. It's unfortunate that the Democrats are not progressive enough to believe that they can win with a biracial woman who does not have a white parent and a homosexual man, right? Okay, cool. We will be back tomorrow. We're going to be watching, all right? Listen, I'm here. You see the PayPal right here. You see the Venmo right here. You see the Cash App. If you enjoyed your time here this evening, if you enjoyed the community, send me $1, $5, $10, $100. right? So appreciate you all. We will be back tomorrow night. We will be live. We will be wrapping this thing up. Another computer with Dr. T. I love you all so much, and I really appreciate all the support you have. Thanks for coming in the chat and keeping it lively. We are community. We want progress, and that's why